लक्ष्मीनाथसमारम्भां नाथयामुनमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां यो नित्यमच्युतमदयुग्मरुक्म व्यामोस्तत्राणि मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धोः रामाशरणं शरणं प्रपद्ये अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः परमगुरुभ्यो नमः सर्वगुरुभ्यो नमः श्रीमते रामानुजाय नमः श्रीवरमुरमुने नमः श्रीरामोद्यापते नमः श्रीमन्नाथमुने नमः श्रीमते षटकोपाय नमः श्रीमते विश्वक्सेनाय श्रिये नमः श्रीधराय नमः. Hi friends, the spot we are right now in is called the Thiruneermalai. In Vaishnava Sampradayam, Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam, this is the 91st Divya Desams. What is unique about this Divya Desam? Well, it's very rare. We have the Lord in all the four forms at this one spot, sitting, standing, lying and reclining. There are four Pushkarnis in this Divya Desam, and the one you are seeing right now is the main Pushkarni. As far as the Sthala Puranam, I'll cover that briefly. This Tayar name here is Animamalar Mangai. It's another name for Sita Pirati. And as far as the etymology, the Varalaru goes, this is protection for Valmiki Bhagavan, who wrote the Ramayana, as you all know. So there is the reclining Tirukolam of Ranganatha is right on top of the hill that you will be seeing. So he is in reclining form there. And as Valmiki Bhagavan prayed to that Lord and was coming down, he had this desire to pray the same Lord Ranganatha as Rama. And hence the Rama gave his, that was a protection here in the Nindra Tirukolam in standing pose as Nirvanna Perumal, who is the mover of this Sthalam. He is in Nindra Tirukolam. So it is actually Lord Rama as Nirvanna Perumal, because it's as blue as the water. And the Tayar here, as I said, has a very unique name as Animamalar Mangai Tayar. Is another name for Sita Pirati. As I said, the Parsuram of that Arva, the first Parsuram of that second canto, the second canto, fourth decade, the 2-4 of Periya Tirumozhi actually describes that. So what is very unique about this Parsuram is he has compared the Lord in the four forms of the Lord to various other Divyadesams. So the Lord in standing form is compared with the Thiruneermalai Nachiyar Kovil. I mean, he's famous for the Kal Garudar. And then the other one, Tiruvali, Tirukkodandai and Tirukkovalur, which is the Lord in the standing form. So all of them is very beautifully described by the Alvar in that one Pasuram. He captures it so beautifully in addition to referring to the other four Divya Desams. So as I said, this is completely, this is the Alvar who has completely described who has completely immersed in the Archa form of the Lord specifically, and he has covered the Archa forms including Thiruneermalai here in such as no other Alvar has done. That is his uniqueness here. Apart from that, we can also see the beauty of this place as it existed at that time. In the Pasarams, he actually describes the beauty of the place as being such a fertile land full of fragrant flowers and honeybees. So we can actually look into the beauty of this place called Thiruneermalai. Just an humble attempt here to give the perspective of Alvar in this beautiful Divya Desam Thiruneermalai. So that is as far as Sthala Puranam goes. And what is the thing from a Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam's perspective? What is very unique is this is of course called Divya Desam because it has Alvar's Mangala Sasanam, who had praise in the hymns in the praise of the Lord. The main Alvar who did Mangala Sasanam is the last Alvar, was Thirumangai Alvar. Now the legend goes that he was at the Tiruvallikani at Parthasadi Perumal temple, giving his pasarams and his prayers there. And Tondaman said that the Lord is in all the four beautiful forms in this place, and hence he came here. Interestingly, when he came here, the whole Divya Desam was completely submerged in water in those days. I mean, if anybody have come in the 2015 flush, they can imagine how it would have been. Now it is hard to imagine that. But it was completely covered with water. And Alvar had to really wait patiently for all those months to have the darshan of the Lord. Many of you would have heard the Salapuranams, and many would have covered the temple history and such. But this is what we are humbly going to attempt is to look at this temple as specifically as Thirumangai Alvar did. Coming to the history of Thirumangai Alvar, he was an Alinadi, he was a chieftain originally before he became an Alvar. Being a chieftain, he was a warrior, and that comes with it a lot of the Rajasic qualities like the fighting, and yes, he was an intensely sensual person. He was engaged in a lot of sensual pleasures. I mean, as far as if you look at his pasarams, you can see that how he was and how he was transformed. Now the Lord took it upon himself that such a man, he wanted to make him an Alvar. And since he was so intensely devoted to the physical pleasures, the Lord said, okay, just turn towards me and take the beauty of forms of the Archai, Lord in the Vigraham form. When the Alvar started to see, he really went ecstatic with that. So if you see the pasarams of this Alvar, what is very typical of this Alvar, which of all the 12 Alvars, is that he has covered Archai like no other Alvar did, and he really reveled, and he was completely ecstatic, he was completely absorbed in the Archai form of the Lord. And the Periya Thirumazhi cantos, which is like 1,000 plus pasarams, 1,200 pasarams to be more precise, is all about mainly of the Archais of the Lord. The analogy given is when a person is intensely thirsty and he's been walking for days in a desert, and he suddenly comes across a body of water, what would be the reaction? He would not know whether to drink all the water, pour it on himself, roll in the water, swim in the water. Alvar's state was such. Especially in the Thiruneermalai, this is the earlier, the second canto that he has come to Thiruneermalai. So that is the perspective. So when he saw the Lord, he was so ecstatic, in all the four forms, that he was beside himself. As I was reading the Alvar's pasarams, it was kind of evident how much he really revered and he longed for the Lord in this beautiful Divya Desam. So that got a bit of a fire going in me. So we reached here on this beautiful day of Margari, where the weather is kind of mild, and had the darshan of the beautiful Nirvarna Perumal at the base. As you can see, it's a beautiful day. The Pushkarani, the wind dancing on the water. After that, we started to climb the hill to have the darshan of Lord Ranganatha, Narasimhan and Tirukolu Perumal on the hill. It is a beautiful hill, friends, with lot of lush green trees, flowers and butterflies. Only 300 steps, and as I said, it's a Margari day, and it was such a beautiful day, and one could really feel the Alvars, the beauty you could see from the Alvars, the devotion and the appreciation of the whole Divya Desam. It was a very mystical and very divine experience going on, and seeing this through the Lord. And what is the uniqueness now coming to the Alvar's pasarams? He has composed 10 beautiful pasarams on Thiruneermalai. As you say, you can see the passionate ray of the Alvar. When he says, hey Bhaktas, come here, you can see the Lord in all the four forms, sitting, reclining, standing, and sitting. All the four beautiful forms. You don't have to go to 4 Divya Desam. Before delving into the pasarams of the Alvar, Thirumangai Alvar, I also did an attempt to look at the history of that Alvar, study the history of that Alvar. So basically what happened, the very main thing that comes out in the Alvar's history was, he used to waylay rich people and use the money in the kainkariam of the Lord. And having this understanding of his psyche, with this understanding of the Alvar's psyche, when you read the pasarams, one cannot help but get the impression that on coming to this Thiruneermalai, he had struck a great treasure, especially with the Lord and all the forms, that he was really aesthetic. And if you understand, the psyche of the Alvar is always, okay, get whatever you can, money and treasure from people and use it. For a change, if you see, he's urging all the people to come and see the Lord in all the four beautiful forms in this. Come on, devotees, wake up and come here. It's a huge change to see the Alvar that way. And that actually triggered an internal urge in me to come that very day to this beautiful Divya Desam. So this Divya Desam, as I said, I came to the suburb. I took a suburban train to Pallavaram, which is the nearest suburban train station, and from there, get an auto, which is like 5 kilometers away. This beautiful Divya Desam. Having come here and having gone through all the, having had darshan of the beautiful Thiruneermalai Perumal, and going on top of the hill and having the other forms of Ranganatha, Narasimhan, and Tirukovalur Perumal. I mean, and then I had the very beautiful darshan of all the beautiful Thirumenis of the Lord, and it was a very divine experience. And now coming here and sitting at this beautiful Pushkarni, I can only say this: the Alvar was 100% right. One cannot, the words cannot describe the bliss and the devotion you would feel after getting the darshan of the beautiful lords in all these forms here. So friends, I urge you all to come here to this beautiful Divya Desam. It is one of the Divya Desam, very rare Divya Desam, where you can see the Lord in all the 4 forms. So I urge you to come at least once in a lifetime. And yes, one small request. Just think about Thirumangai Alvar and seek his blessings. So you can actually feel the bliss and the beautiful Tirumeni and see it as only he could have seen the Lord. Jai Sriman Narayana, Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha, Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha, Alvar Embermanajiya Tiruvadigalai Saranam.